You think you know. Did you know that 6 out of every 10 counterfeit pills contain a lethal dose of fentanyl? You think you know. Unless it comes from a licensed pharmacy, you can't be sure if the pills are real or if they're fake. Trust me, you won't know the difference by looking at them. You'll only know if you come within minutes of losing your life. It only takes one pill, that's it. If it's fake, it could mean a devastating mistake for you. Get more information from youthinkyouknowct.org. Paid for by Griswold Pride, the partnership to reduce the...
I'm Tina Falk, the endorsed Democratic candidate for First Selectman for the town of Griswold. Over the next few weeks, we will be visiting neighborhoods to introduce ourselves and listen to your thoughts and concerns.
Hello, my name is Rich Grabowski, and I am the Democratic candidate for Selectman here in Griswold. This Democratic slate is a proven and experienced team.
And our Democratic team wants you to know that we are committed to restoring unity in our community.
It all the time. I love to support local business. Look to a business that also supports the community in return. If you're looking for both of these qualifications, then Winton Automotive on North Main Street, Jewett City should be your choice for auto repair. Ken Winton is local but supports local teams all year long. From oil changes to engine repair, Winton Automotive can do it all. Find them on Facebook or go to a youth sporting event and you'll probably see Winton Automotive on somebody's jersey. Winton Automotive, North Main Street, Jewett City, proud sponsor of Wolverine Athletics.
With a fast pay or easy pay refinance mortgage from Jewett City Savings Bank, you may be able to lower your rate or shorten your term, saving you money over the life of your loan. To give your current mortgage a refresh, stop by your nearest branch or visit us at jcsbank.com to apply online. We make that fast and easy too. Jewett City Savings Bank. Your life, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
All right, good morning.
Morning.
I don't know if I have the right microphone because you've moved.
I know. Well, I can see you better here instead of
Okay.
dodging the camera.
No, I just want to make sure because when you were on this side, it was a different microphone.
Yeah.
And
I can
don't
fold that
know.
one over here.
No, I got it.
Okay.
I figured it out.
Okay. Good job. Attaboy.
I get a gold star and a pat on the back for that. Attaboy.
So what's up? Same old.
So tonight is a dinner meeting thing. I don't know what you really want to call it.
It's a dinner
Yeah,
meeting.
where 3 candidates, 2 and 1 write-in,
Mm-hmm.
will be giving some opening speeches or whatever. It's not really a debate.
No.
It's more of just whatever. So Dana Bennett, who was the write-in candidate, was actually granted 2 or 3 minutes to open.
My understanding is that she has 3 minutes. All candidates will have 3 minutes to do like an intro, type of thing. And then there'll be a Q&A session, but only the endorsed
Yeah,
candidates
she's
that are
not
on the
going to be
ballot.
involved in the Q&A.
Only they will be part of the Q&A.
So one of the things that I want to understand is that who the hell is
That was interesting. That was a neat little jingle.
I don't even know who it is.
Can't be important then, no? My phone's been doing updates lately. I don't know about everybody else's, but I normally don't get many updates on my phone. I'm a Droid girl, so I don't get many updates, but I've been getting updates on mine lately, and I don't like it because after each update, my phone acts funky. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, so the dinner tonight is not. I guess the misconception is that you have to have a business in town, or you have
Because
to
of what it's called, yeah.
Well, they're looking to possibly change that name.
Yeah, they should, because it is
Yeah.
very misleading.
So so now it's what the
Business association dinner?
business association, right?
Right. So you would think you'd have to be part of a business association, be a small business owner or something in town.
But I talked to Stu Norman this morning, and he goes, we need to change that. We need to change that perception.
Yes.
So if anybody has any idea or what it is an event, I guess more you could say, a get together that they usually in the winter months, fall and winter months, that they have where they have a steak dinner And usually there's a speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's a candidate. Sometimes it's somebody in business in town that has something going on, or whatever. Usually something that's fairly interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Fairly interesting.
Yep.
So
it's essentially a get together for anybody in town, any resident in town, business owner or not, to get together, mingle with your, with your neighbors, and just
with other people that do run
network.
businesses.
Right, it's a networking thing for businesses and residents alike, and to just get together, learn what's happening in town, what's going on. It's kind of just an informal get together, where you can chat with different people, learn about different things that maybe you wouldn't otherwise have known about. But yeah, the name is misleading. A lot of, even I thought when I first heard about it,
too,
they, they're like, oh, are you going? I'm like, I don't own a business anymore. Why would I go to that? Oh no, it has nothing to do with that. I'm like, well, it's a business association dinner. So what are you talking about? So when it was explained to me, I was like, oh, then yeah, I'll absolutely. So yeah, a name change would probably help a little bit, explain what it is and what it isn't. But I'm looking forward to the steak, meat and potatoes.
That's being
like
put together by Frank Rubino.
Yep, looking forward to that.
So that's tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
And it's a black tie.
Huh?
It's black tie.
It is not.
Kidding.
It is like hell. It is. No,
definitely not.
Looking
very laid back, chill kind of night. Have some good food, chit chat with people, hear from the candidates, and that's it.
All right, so Scott, you are there, right? Scott, I mean, nobody's talking this morning. Scott,
they have nothing.
Greg Fryer.
They have nothing to say.
I guess not. So, all right, thank you very much. Good night. So
is there an agenda for tonight? Have you seen? I mean,
No.
I know other than the speakers, and is it just the speakers and then everyone just eats and chit chats? I'm not sure the actual, if there's an agenda.
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
All right.
They
said last update I got was that there were 70 something people going.
Yes, and I guess Lori Sorter had 2 extra tickets, or not 2 extra tickets, but
2
tickets that became available.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this is an event that stopped when COVID happened, and it just never really got going again.
Mm-hmm.
So they started it up again.
Yep.
Here we go. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
yeah, it's going to be a good turnout.
Yeah, 7. I was shocked. I was thinking maybe 20, 30 people.
20, 30 is usually what it is.
When I saw 70, I'm like,
yeah,
whoa.
Yeah, that's
cool.
really cool.
Yeah.
So that's tonight. Anybody can go. I don't know if you can at this point get a dinner.
I don't know, because they needed the numbers in earlier this week for that.
Okay, so Cortland says, how about promote Griswold?
Yeah, exactly. Anything, right. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I told Stu, I said, well, let me see what people think. So I'm gonna
something like that. We got to get rid of
write these down.
The business, the business, piece of it. Not get rid of it, but it's just.
What are you saying?
Well, I'm not the fact that it says it's a business association.
Yeah.
It's just that's the misleading part. That's what
It
makes
is.
everyone thinks that you have to be a business owner.
It's always been like that, though.
Yeah, strange. Maybe it started out with a different intent. I don't know.
I think so. Who the hell is Travis?
Travis trying to get a hold of you?
Who is Travis?
I don't know. He has your number.
Oh. I'm sorry. I'm
Are you good now?
I think so. Yeah, I got a big box coming today, so
gotcha.
I do. I mean, you know what I do, kind of.
Mhm.
It's I don't even know if it's on the side anymore,
Yeah, it's more of a bigger piece of what you're doing now.
Well, we had to move.
Mm-hmm.
Literally had to move.
That's a good thing. It's a very good thing when you're expanding.
Yeah. We've gone from this room here
Mm-hmm.
to adding a small office along with this.
Mm-hmm.
And now we've moved that small office to one that's 3 times the size of
That
that.
thing's huge. Yeah.
So
Nice layout. You have it set up really well in there.
it needed the room.
Yeah.
Needed the room.
That's good.
So what we're doing is we're selling t-shirts and tumblers, and Peggy says, "Focus!"
Right. Thank you.
I can't focus.
I'm going to take an Adderall and just throw it in your mouth from over here.
Let's see. Scott says this is about the dinner tonight. I don't want to call it a meeting.
Yeah, it's more of a dinner. Yeah.
The borough's been sending out emails about it. Scott says it's great to have town administrators who know how to communicate with the people they work for. And
That's Lori. She does
Lori
a
Sorter,
fantastic job with that Facebook
Absolutely.
page. She's always putting stuff out there.
well, one of the residents in town, Tracy, I saw her put on our new our new board, Grizzled News and Notes,
Mm-hmm.
that she sees things come up on her news feed from the borough page, but nothing from Grizzled. What's that other group? I don't freaking know. They're not important.
Town of Grizzled, or the
Yeah.
other. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yep.
Grizzled, nothing. No.
Other
I'm sorry.
Grizzled pages.
I got to leave them alone. The other Grizzled pages, yeah, the free for alls,
Mhm.
because that's what they are. They're
Well,
like free for all.
Yeah, I think. I mean, there's a difference. I think. I mean, this one's more like you said. It's more of a municipal page. And there's not as much stuff being put on it. You know, where the other Grizzled pages. I mean, everybody's posting so much stuff to it. Things are going to get lost
Yeah.
in there. I mean, there's no way. You know, someone's going to be scrolling and see every single thing that's been posted on that page,
Well,
unless you go to that page and look.
Exactly. And when no matter what page you go to, if you go to it and you go to it often, then the algorithm is going to say,
Right.
"Oh yeah, well this is important to you,"
Exactly.
and then you're going to go ahead and see that in your
Mhm.
news feed. So,
Yep.
um,
Those damn algorithms.
but the bottom line is if you're interested in something, you literally need to follow the page and go to the page.
Yeah.
You can't wait for it to come up in your news feed. If you do, you'll miss. And this is not just Facebook; it's
Mhm.
any social media feed. You know, it's TikTok. It's
Sometimes you don't even have to do that. It's
Instagram.
just listening to you. It's creepy.
You're looking something up. Next thing you know, oh, there's an ad for it.
Or I was talking to my brother about something, and then later on that night, I went on to TikTok, and my entire page was about what my brother and I had been talking about. And I'm like, what the heck? I hadn't looked anything up, nothing. We had just had a verbal conversation.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, all right, creepy, very creepy. But it was really interesting. So I was like, oh, cool. This is all the stuff that we were talking about. And I'm scrolling. I'm like, yeah, nice. I mean, it gave me exactly what I had been talking about. So that was convenient.
Yeah. But anyway, when I started the group, I wanted to do something a little different.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to rehash another group that is already in the town. So that's why we named it what we did.
Yeah, that's
You know?
perfect. I like it.
Let's see.
I've been on there. I posted something to it last night
Yeah.
about the accident down the road
Yep, I saw that.
when the road was closed.
Scott says, got to scroll through 352 pictures of hummingbirds before you find something important, some important town info.
So Scott has hummingbirds on his page,
Oh,
on his algorithm.
Leave Ralph Curdy on inside of that.
I have to say, some of those, whoever posts, and that's the other thing too. I never really look to see who posts a lot of this stuff, but like a lot of the sunrises
Yeah,
are posted. Some of those, I'm like,
that's actually Carl.
wow, is it?
Carl does a lot of those.
I'm like,
yeah.
holy cow! You know, some of those are really pretty.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are
He thinks a lot of the pond.
Yes, and you know, not to mention it, there are a lot of bird postings.
That's
I never
Ralph.
really paid much attention to it.
Ralph
I just like
Curtianis,
scrolled
yeah.
past it.
He's
But
a good photographer.
you're right. Yeah,
But there's lots of birds.
yeah, it is. Yeah, and I never really thought too much about it. I just like, oh yeah, okay, cool, and just keep going. But yeah, interesting.
He took a picture of a squash one time and put it up and called, and it said, "Oh, look, nature's candy."
Oh, squash.
I guess. Yeah.
Ugh.
It was apparently it was a delicious squash.
I would think like strawberries or watermelon or something, blueberry, raspberries.
So let's move on to a couple of things. Like
Let's do it.
today is like what if, what would happen, blah 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 blah. So what if Dan Webster actually stayed on the Board of Finance?
Oh, I know. I saw that.
You
Yeah,
know?
last night was his last meeting.
16 years on the Board of Finance.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
And I really liked his post that he put out there,
Yeah.
you know, that everybody's busy, you know,
Yep.
and just encouraging everyone to please get involved to some degree. You know, you don't have to be running the town, but you can get involved. You know, there are so many groups, boards, commissions, school things that you can be involved in.
Yep.
Nobody has time for it. So to say, oh my gosh, I'm too busy, I don't have time. Everybody's like that. You could be, you don't need a lot of time. You know, I mean, it could be, you could help out a group or whatever, posting things on Facebook. You know, it takes you a couple minutes a month, you know, to post a couple things on Facebook. You know, so it could, every little bit helps, but it also gets you involved. It gets you meeting other people, learning what's really going on in town, not just what you're reading on, you know, when you're scrolling. I loved his post. I really hope people kind of take that to heart and it encourages people to do something.
The one paragraph that I liked, and this makes God, I don't know how many times we've talked about this, but I believe he's spot on correct. Dan says, I will say if you were someone that sits on the sidelines and you're not happy with how things happen on town boards and commissions, ... run for a seat.
Absolutely.
I hear people say they don't have time. You have to make time. This is what you were saying.
Mhm.
16 years later, juggling youth sports for both, coaching along the way, school, and all sorts of other extracurricular activities. He gets it.
Yeah.
So 16 years, now it's time for Dan to do other things.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, he's definitely put in his time.
absolutely.
And it doesn't mean he won't be back at some point. You know, he could, you know, take a few years off, whatever, kids go off to college, do their
Mhm.
thing, and maybe he comes back and does something in a different capacity.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a huge loss, honestly, for the Board of Finance. He was
That's a thankless board.
it is.
That's the toughest
especially during
board.
budget time. It's a
Yeah.
lot of work, a lot of time, and yeah, extremely thankless. You're pissing somebody off.
Speaking of pissing someone off,
Oh,
Lisa puts a post in our group, says, "What's the smell on Route
Oh,
12
yeah.
in Lisbon?"
I think everybody knows it's the chicken stuff, right?
Yeah.
I haven't smelt it. Is that weird?
Oh, you will.
I haven't, and I've been out and about. I mean, a little bit. I haven't smelt it. I don't know. I was like, oh, do I have COVID? I don't smell anything.
She also wants to know, was it a bear or a possum in my backyard? Lisa's just being funny.
Yeah.
Lisa's just being funny.
There was a bobcat that came through off of 201 in somebody's yard. That was pretty cool. And there was one spotted on Burleson down in the borough a week or two ago. So that's kind of cool. We have a bobcat or a couple roaming around. I've caught one on our camera in the middle of the night coming through our yard. Pretty cool.
Really?
Oh yeah. I saved it. I
Huh.
still have the video. Yeah.
A bear?
No. Bobcat.
Bobcat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep. Coming right through.
Hmm.
They're pretty, like really pretty. But it just made me nervous. I'm thinking, God, I'd always let the dog out and just let her roam the backyard because it's fenced in, and it came from the backyard
It wasn't
and it's fenced in. I'm like, I don't know how I did that.
not a
But
bobcat.
okay.
It was Jim Kruger.
Yeah. No.
I got mad at Jim.
Huh?
I got mad at Jim.
You did?
I did.
Okay. Are you over it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, he calls me and then he hangs up. and I'm thinking, well,
He's
you know,
just trying to prank you. Prank call?
oh yeah, because that's the kind of guy he is.
I don't know.
He reminds me of Michael Douglas in Falling Down, like he's like this close of losing it.
Jim Kruger?
Yeah, he just I don't know. Have you ever seen it? He got the same haircut and everything, and but anyway, I texted him back. I said, "Hey Jim, did you call me or whatever?" Crickets.
Maybe he
Nothing.
butt dialed you.
Okay. But then say, "Hey, I'm sorry, that was a mistake."
Yeah.
I'm thinking, it could be something to do with the borough that,
Yeah.
that he wanted me to announce or something like that. Instead, he just didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's not proper etiquette. So I text him back. And I said, next time, text me back and let me know so I don't have to worry about why you called. That would have been appropriate.
Oh, I would have
You
just
saw that
ignored
one,
it.
though.
I would have just ignored it.
Yeah, well, you know what? This week,
Butt dials.
this week, I'm ready.
You are? Are you?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Would you like a Midol? I could get you a Midol.
I am retaining water. Come on, I'll make you cry. Yeah.
I'll leave a box of tampons on the desk for you.
Well, I'm not that, but I could very well be retaining water. So, what else are we talking about? Okay, so what if?
What if?
What if? What if? What if? What if the Democrats control the Board of Ed?
Okay.
So what happens? I know you get really indignant.
I don't.
Well, you should see
because
your
I don't
face.
know.
You're like,
I don't know. I can't predict the future. I have no idea.
What if?
I mean,
What if that happened? What would happen?
I don't know. I mean, at a town level, I'm not sure anything major would change.
Okay. See, because like I'm a fan of Mary Beth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
She's all right. No, I'm kidding.
So, but I was thinking about this last night. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
If the Dems control the board, does that change?
Does it matter? I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know either. All I know, we've had a good run with Mary Beth on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Yeah,
so
I love the way she runs her meetings. It's very it's very orderly. But I don't know if it would change anything.
I don't know. Well, that's why.
Yeah,
what if?
Yeah.
You are so funny, Kathy.
Why?
Because if I say or anything mention the Democrats, your whole face changes.
Really?
Oh my God! You look like you get like you're just indignant and you're in fight mode. I am not kidding you. It's like
I think what
rewind
it is,
this.
I will. I'll go back and look.
Because all of a sudden you be like that.
It's not like that at all.
Starts twitching and
No, I get.
don't mess with menopause, Mike.
Yeah, really. Menopause.
Yeah, it's cut for I just said.
I get the whole party thing kind of, I don't know, at this level, the party thing just seems kind of silly to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it really makes a huge difference on most things. There are some things that maybe it definitely does matter, but
Jen Gauthier just said party affiliation should not affect the work of the boards and commissions. They belong to the elected to do what's best for their constituents. There should be no agenda, and I agree.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. I don't know if anything would really change.
That's why I said, what if?
Yeah, we'll
Would
see.
it change? Would it not change? That's the whole. See, Jen gets it. That's the idea behind this.
Yeah.
It's just let's start a conversation. What if? What would happen? Right. What if the Board of Selectmen goes to or decides to go to a town manager?
Or a 5 board. I think a
Or a
5 board
five.
would probably be more realistic.
I don't think this town will go to a town manager.
I don't think they will either, because that would increase the budget. That would change a lot. Maybe years down the road, but I think initially, if a change like that is going to be made, I think it's going to be made to increase the size of the board first, and then maybe they'll look at town manager years down the road. But
I think a big part of that is people don't hear seriously. They don't like a lot of change.
of course not. Nobody does.
You know?
Nobody likes change.
Oh, I like change.
I don't mind
I think
it.
change is good. You know what I mean?
I'm the same. I don't mind change too much. As I like change that
Change is
makes
growth.
things simpler, or change that if you're making change just for the sake of changing something and it really doesn't add much value.
That's different. That's different.
No, But as long as it's going to add some kind of value to whatever it is you're trying to do, then absolutely change
In
it.
the grand scheme of things, maybe not to you personally.
Right.
but, yeah.
I can't stand when somebody says, well, we've always done it this way. That I just want to like throat punch people that say things like that. Like, I don't
Told
care
you.
if you've always done
Told
it
you.
this way. Maybe it's not the right way to do it anymore. You know, you gotta kind of you gotta expand on what the needs are.
I think I think change is growth.
Absolutely.
That's what I think.
Yep. And I think we're at a tipping point here where the town as a whole it needs to grow. Definitely needs to grow, and changes have to happen in order for that to happen. So sorry if you
I
don't
agree.
like it.
That's why I said I like change, because to me it's growth. There are things that I'm thinking, no, I don't want that.
Mhm.
But
Yep.
in the grand scheme of things, it might be a good thing.
I think if they went to a 5-member board, I think it'd be good. I don't.
School Check tried to do that.
Yep.
And it got shot down.
I know, why? Do we know why it got shot down?
No, it was just a question on the ballot.
I wonder if it had something to do with budget purposes. Like,
I don't
were
think so,
people worried
because-
that it was going to
No,
increase
because
the budget?
No, because actually the selectmen's 2 and 3, they were making like 16 grand a
Yeah,
year.
no, it
and
went down.
And then chopped down, and
Mhm.
Steve Michael tells that I'm out here.
Yeah.
Now it's, I don't know, 7 or I don't even know, but it's not. It's like
not
half
yeah,
of
it's
what
not
it
much
was.
at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but okay, 2 hours a month for
Yeah.
8 grand. Stop
Mhm.
it.
Yep. No,
You know,
I
7 grand, whatever.
I think a 5-member board, I'm in favor of it.
Yeah, I don't think it
what
had
I know
anything to do with
right
the budget.
now,
I think
but-
people don't like change. But I think the situation is different now than it was 8 years ago.
The only potential issue I see with a 5-member board is finding people to run for it. We would need to have people to, I mean, there was a struggle to find the current candidates that, you know, to run for the current one. So I don't know. I mean, and that's just 3.
I think there's a certain amount of sexiness that comes with certain boards. You know, no, I don't mean, you know what, I don't mean like
No, I know what you mean.
Sexual,
No,
I mean,
I know that.
just some things are just more
more
sexy
attractive.
than
Yeah,
other,
I get
right?
it. I get it.
You know, like the Board of Selectmen, you know, that's a little more sexy than assessment appeals.
Yeah.
You know, hey, honey, I'm on assessment appeals. You want to get a beverage? I'll assess and you can appeal.
Yeah, I guess there's some truth to that. As much as I hate to admit it.
It is. It's kind of true. Who the hell wants to be on the Board of Assessment Appeals?
Well, the people that are currently running, they want to be on it.
That's the board for. I can't do it. You know, I'm already on the chopping block for so many things because, you know, and they go, oh, it's just fodder for your show. No, I'm just the one that's not afraid to say shit.
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
careful because you might
It's
get booted from your new page.
Oh my God. Minarski, you're out. What? Yes. Oh, shit. Can't win for losing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens if the 5-member board goes to.
But it's not even a
another
question on the
vote.
ballot right
No,
now.
not
so.
now. That's what I'm saying. If it goes to a vote.
Sabrina says, I'm late. Good morning. Then get the hell out of here. You're booted.
Morning. She's on Walden time.
She's on Walden time, yeah. Let's see here. Victoria. Hey, Victoria. She goes, change is necessary in all these small towns. I'm with Kathy Walden. Oh, I'm with Kathy Walden Wasselek.
Well, that's my name on Facebook.
I know, but I'm just saying. That's how we do it here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grandfathered
Yeah.
are my most hated sayings.
Yes. Yep.
Jennifer says, hey, property tax assessment is cool.
Yes. So cool.
Imagine what I could do for your taxes. Let me make an assessment. Court says it was a 2-part question. 1, should the town increase to a 5-member board? And 2, should the selectmen pay be reduced from 11,800 to 3,000?
Oh.
Yeah, so I knew it was cheap. 3,000. So that
But that's interesting that was on the same, that they were voting for the same. So even with reducing the cost and adding 2 more members, it would have been a wash. So I wonder why it was voted down.
Court, what did I do on my show February 23rd, 2019? He'll freaking know.
I know. I'd be curious to go back and see if we could get some information on why, or what, even if it was a close vote. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look.
I just remember I was actually
I
in
don't
town hall
remember
when the votes were tallied.
How long ago? What, that was Skullcheck?
It was.
Yeah, I wasn't really involved around that. Yeah.
2016?
I wasn't really involved that much at that point at all. Really.
2016? It was either 2016 or 2018.
Hmm.
Anyway,
What's next? I got a what if.
Go ahead.
Or do you have
no, go.
do you have more town? Because these aren't town related.
No, go for it.
What if my dog only brings back the ball because he thinks I like throwing it?
Debbie Downer.
Or what if your dog only licks you and gives you kisses because he knows you're full of bones? How about that one? What are you going to listen?
Yeah.
You're a horrible multitasker.
I am. I am a horrible multitasker.
So what if your dog only licks you because he knows you're full of bones? Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's true.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. I have a few of them here. All right. So if poison it's past its expiry date, is it more poisonous or is it no longer poisonous? I actually know the answer to that, but
you do?
Yeah, it's less. It becomes that usually, like medication usually becomes less
potent.
Yeah.
Victoria says men can't multitask.
No. Which letter is silent in the word scent? The S or the C?
That's a really good question. Because if you take the C out, it's scent. If you take the S out, it's still scent.
Mm-hmm. Interesting, huh? This one was horrible. And being married to a twin, I was like, "Aw, do twins ever realize that one of them was unplanned?" It's not awful.
Oh.
And Rich is a twin. I was like, "Oh."
It's evil.
But true. Yeah. I mean,
Oh boy.
I like this one. Maybe oxygen is slowly killing us, but it just takes 75 to 100 years to fully work. Anyone else?
I'm waiting for more.
Okay. All right.
Devastating drops.
How about intentionally losing a game of rock, paper, scissors is just as hard as trying to win? Let's see. Many animals probably need glasses, but nobody knows it.
Are these like Stephen Wright jokes?
I don't know. I found it in my phone. I took a screenshot of it from a book. I have no idea where I got it from. I have no recollection of taking the screenshot, so I have no idea. It's been in here for a while. How about if you rip a hole in a net, there are actually fewer holes in it than there were before.
I thought you said if you rip a hole in a net, meaning the girl across the street, Annette.
No,
that's really where how many? Never mind.
If you add a hole to a net, it actually has fewer than it did before.
It does, yeah, because you're.
But you added a hole.
What if Griswold actually paid for roads?
Griswold does pay for roads. However, that budget needs to be drastically increased in order to take care of all the roads that need to be taken care of. And that would increase taxes.
Yeah.
That's I mean, that's what it
Speaking of
boils down to.
roads, let's talk about road crews.
Okay.
And Todd Babbitt, he will be here Friday.
Oh, cool.
Todd will be here. I believe Todd will be here with Marty Osgood, if I'm
Yep,
not mistaken.
probably for Board of Ed.
Yes. And then Monday. Oh boy. Mark DePonte.
Okay, Board of Finance.
Yep. He'll be here with, and I believe it'll be Scott Davis.
Okay, yep,
That will be
that
with
would
him.
make sense.
So we're going to be talking to them. There was something else that I was going to. Oh. So I'm curious. And I'm curious what, and I'm going to put this out there, and this is not being snarky at all. But
You not snarky?
no,
Come
no, no, no,
on.
no. No, we've had Wayne Malin on.
Yep.
We've had Tina Falk. Tina will be coming on once more before the election, along with Rich Grabowski. And
You had Martin on.
we had Martin on. Should I or should I not invite the write-in candidate for just an interview?
It's your
Yeah.
show.
I want to know what people think. I've already made up my mind, but I want to see what people think.
I think the people have already spoken on that.
All right. Scott Davis goes, I think Marty and I think Mark and I are Friday. You know what? I'm going to check that right now because I can't multitask. So.
No, you can't.
Yeah, it is Mark and Scott on Friday. Todd and Marty will be Monday. So I just did everything in reverse. So yeah, I'm curious what people think about that.
I think people have already collectively have made that decision.
Okay. But do you think it's worth it for people that have not made that decision? You can't. I'm not looking at the Republican Party. I'm not looking at the Democratic Party.
It's a candidate.
Anything I'm looking at right now is my Pac-Man Tumblr. Waka 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 waka.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it would. I don't know. It's your show.
No, it's nothing to do with it being my show, Captain.
Well, I mean, you're
Nothing
the
at
decision
all.
maker. You're the one that decides.
But you really think so?
Yeah.
If I did, why do you think I'd be asking? I'm telling you what I think. I've made my decision, but doesn't mean that I can't be swayed depending on what I've said this a million times. This right here is for everybody. This we're just facilitating a conversation, but the main part of what we do here is hopefully people get involved in the conversation and take part of things. Which hopefully, if they take part of things here, maybe that will expand into something that doing something with the town. And that's the hopes of it all. So
yeah, I'm curious to see what people have to say.
Huh?
Curious to see what people have to say.
Right. So Sabrina says she agrees with you. I'm not saying either way.
Yeah.
You know
No, there's
what,
no
I'm just-
right or wrong. Yeah,
No,
you're
no.
just looking for opinions.
Erica. Hey, Erica. Good morning. The write-in has already been on when she said she was running as a write-in.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
And that was
That's
also
when she announced it.
and that was also before the primary.
It couldn't have been before the primary. It had to have been after the primary. Because if she had won the primary, she wouldn't have been a write-in. It was after the primary that she announced it. It was on here.
I don't remember her saying she was a write-in on here. I had her on.
You
It was
had her on for
before.
something.
well,
But she
the
wouldn't have been.
debate.
She wouldn't have been a write-in before the primary.
I know. That's why I'm thinking. Erica,
She was
you
on
might
here
want to
for-
check that because I.
No, she was on here for something. I think in the capacity of the first selectman here,
Oh.
and she mentioned it like right at the end.
Yes, she came on virtual for
Yes,
about 5
that's what
minutes.
it was. Yes, because I was here for
talking
that.
about
Yes.
how talking about the $8.7 million
Is that what it was?
grant
Yeah.
for
And then
the
at the
water
end,
tower and the
yep.
infrastructure. And then all of a sudden she slid it right in
Yeah.
there that she was going to be a write-in. So yeah, there we go.
Yep, good memory.
Yep. Brad just said, yep, the announcement about the water project.
Yep.
And then She was in her car.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's that.
Yep.
Jennifer says, I always encourage people getting the opportunity to hear from their candidates, but I am afraid that the candidate you are referring to has already spoken prior to the primary.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. I just by the comments alone. All right. So like Quinnipiac does many different polls, right?
Yep.
And what is a poll? You know, it's it's a sample size,
a statistical
of people,
sampling.
right?
Yep.
But you know what happens if you actually kind of expounded on that, you're probably going to get the same result,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, I think that's kind of what's happening here. You know, it's pretty much no. So
Yeah. You know, I mean, technically she's not on the ballot. You know, write in, they physically have to write it in. And prior to the primary, you know, it was said that she would respect and accept the outcome of the primary. And even though the people have spoken from her party,
Mhm.
she didn't respect that.
Okay. Scott says, I think when she announced the grant, she indicated
Mhm.
that is correct.
Yep.
That is absolutely correct.
Mhm.
So, okay. That's why I asked the questions.
Yeah.
This isn't, God, it's funny too, because one of the things that, you know, I was like kind of slapped with a little bit, you know, with the whole Grizzle Now thing is, and two different moderators told me this. Phil Flowers didn't say anything to me because it's Phil Flowers. Come on, you know that was funny. So
I only met him once. I don't know him that well.
But said that I do this or I'm on, you know, whatever, looking for fodder for my show. And I'm like, no.
You don't go out looking for it, but I mean, if an opportunity presents itself, then you kind of have to take advantage.
Right. But I will say this is the last thing I'm going to say about that whole situation.
It's not, but okay, go ahead. It's not the last thing.
I told you if you didn't stop this, I'm going to start talking about all your Boston secret rendezvous.
Yeah, go ahead.
The real Kathy Wassel will come out. And this honestly, the reason why I'm saying this is the last thing, because it really kind of sums it up for me, is I only have the ability. Well, now I only let the ability happen to communicate with one of the admins.
Mm-hmm.
I did not block Carl.
Okay. I didn't know that was.
No.
But
I didn't, and it doesn't mean anything really in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
But what bothered me a lot was Canova, who said, "Don't talk about it on the radio." Well, he sent me this long diatribe on SNSN, that page right there, which I didn't read. I just went whatever, and I went to respond saying, "I'm not reading this," and I could not send him a message. It was basically he sent it and then he blocked me. So it's like, here you go. I'm controlling this. So to me, that was kind of like, yeah, that's kind of the whole thing right there. So, and Rich, you're welcome to come on the show anytime. You want to sit right there? You're welcome to. So anyway, and that's it. I'm done with it.
Okay.
And it really is. It really is. I'm done with it.
I would just say focus on your new page. It's
I
doing
was just
very
gonna
well.
say,
You have a ton. You have a lot of people that have joined that. It's people have already been posting things to it. It's been informative.
We're almost at 400 members.
Yep, and it's what 2
In
days?
3 days,
3
3 days. Yeah, it's really, really good. So, a lot of people are talking about football. When's football going to happen this week? Because Grizzle usually plays on Friday nights. They're playing on Thursday night this week, so they're playing tomorrow at Ledyard. The reason why they're playing, and one of the reasons why a lot of ECC games are being moved to Thursday, part of it is they want to see what's going to happen, what would happen with Thursday night football, because the NFL did it. So why can't high school football do it? But there's also a shortage of refs, right?
That makes
So,
sense, yeah.
so if you're trying to put all the games in Connecticut on a Friday night and you don't have enough refs, well,
Yep, that's a problem.
right. So if you move them to like Thursday, you have
Split
better
up the
more of a
refs,
chance.
yeah.
So like one of the commentators that works with us, John Harden, he's also an umpire, and they're still playing baseball, by the way.
Yeah,
They're
fall ball.
fall ball and
Mhm.
stuff. And he one of the things that he told is they have a hard time with umps for baseball, and they do, and there's multiple reasons for that. I think the number one reason are the parents, because the parents, they yell and scream and stuff like
yeah,
that,
it's
because
brutal.
little Johnny's a superstar and going to be a major league next week.
Yeah.
But and then the umpires have just basically said, we're not taking it anymore.
Mhm.
And a lot of them have quit.
Yeah.
Some have retired, and that's that. So,
Yep.
but yeah, he says that's the same thing. Sometimes he's got to work double games, and it's pretty crazy.
Yep.
I don't talk to John a lot, like on a personal basis, but he tells me about this. I don't really know, but so,
I think a lot of people too these days are just busy with the economy the way it is. People are, parents having to work double jobs or funky shifts, or, they have to work opposite their partner so that they don't have to pay for childcare, that sort
Yeah.
of thing. It's, it's hard to commit to something like coaching or being a ref or an ump or anything like that. It takes time.
yeah. Let's see here. All right, so I'm going to address this without you mentioning. You may have gone ahead and read this comment already.
I haven't. I don't have it on.
When are you having Kathy on to talk about running for BOE? Kathy's here all the time. She's running for BOE. You haven't asked me or to do anything like that.
Nope, not yet.
Kathy actually gets more FaceTime on here than any candidate. So,
and I try not to use. I think I do a pretty good job not taking advantage of that and using it.
you do.
I don't ever bring anything like that up. I'll leave that to you.
And the other thing is there's certain things that I do as far as what I have to allow, what I've had to change as far as political advertisements are concerned. And a lot of that happened, had to change with the first running of Todd Babbitt versus Dana Bennett. So there were some things that transpired in that election year that I said, no more. This is what it's going to have to be.
Yep.
So, and I'm not going to say what happened, but something did. And I'm like,
Yep.
that was it. So I changed the policy of what I do here as far as political advertisements or whatever.
It's a paid advertisement.
It is.
And it has to be, and campaign financing, I've learned a lot in that in recent months. It's a bitch. To be frank, it's yeah. So
Speaking of Frank, he's making steak tonight.
yeah, he is.
Well, yeah. I mean, Jesus, you realize it's 5 at 10 already? Where does the time go? So yeah, I had to change a few things. So the way it works basically is I will make sure, or I'll try to make sure that at least the Board of Selectmen candidates are on at least once. And then there are different things that people can take advantage of to have additional visits and additional things.
Yeah. So, and I have no problem saying for the Republican town committee, we did not, during our last meeting, we went through what we were going to do for campaigning and that sort of thing, and approving funds and all of that. And with the funds that we had available, we did not opt to spend, approve funds to be on here, for all the candidates to be on here.
Because we have no value.
Oh, because we have no money. No, it was a discussion, definitely a long discussion that we had trying to figure out how we were going to do it. And even since then, there's been discussion of having a special meeting to try to approve funds or find funds for that. But yeah, so that's that.
Let's see here. Jamie says, let's go back first to the baseball thing. Scott Farr says baseball parents are the absolute worst when it comes to that. And it is. I've seen fights break out. It's scary. Jamie says boys soccer plays New London Friday night at 6 p.m. under the lights on the turf field. Come out and show them some support. Absolutely. Girls won last night 4-0.
Nice. Awesome.
It was 4-0.
That's a good game.
Huh?
Your phone's dinging.
Yeah.
Anything good?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
No,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
A bird.
A bird. Ooh, look, a squirrel.
So anyway. So yeah, I honestly, I wish that there was more focus on boys and girls soccer.
Oh, there's a lot of other
volleyball.
sports. Mm-hmm.
It's not just all about football in the fall.
Yeah.
There are many other things.
Of course. Yep. Volleyball seems to have a pretty good following. Pretty healthy following.
Volleyball's fun.
Yeah.
If you watch it and get
into
excited.
it. Yeah.
Wrestling is really crazy.
Yep.
I mean, actual high school wrestling. I'm not talking like, woo,
yeah,
Ric Flair, coming
WWE.
down. So it's really, really cool. So anyway, yeah. I wish honestly more businesses would support it.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally get hate messages, from why aren't you streaming the soccer game?
Are you gonna pay for it?
How do I approach this? So
I think people forget, for some reason, I don't know why, but they forget that you're a business. I mean, this isn't
I'm
a
not
volunteer.
Independently wealthy,
right? This isn't a volunteer or nonprofit. Yeah. This is a business.
I think people think I work an hour a day.
Like this is it. Like this is your job right here.
Yeah, I go home and watch Sally Jesse Raphael.
Eat bonbons.
Bonbons.
Sally
and everything.
Jesse Raphael.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't. I am here till sometimes 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Even later. I see you later on TikTok, and it looks like you're
I do
here.
other things.
Yeah.
There are other things that I'm doing. So homecoming parade, 4:00 Friday.
Yep.
Let's talk about the possibility that Spooktopia might be moved.
Oh, yeah, because it looks like it may rain.
Not yet, it hasn't, but...
Yeah, it may rain. I think everyone's watching the weather to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a rain date, an already planned, if...
Sunday.
Is that the planned rain date?
I think so.
Okay. There was nothing on the flyer.
Usually when Ryan does something like that, it's usually the next day. He's done that before. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I don't think it was just mentioned on the flyer that if there was a
rain. I got you.
Yeah.
But so pay attention if you're interested in Spooktopia. We'll let you know.
We'll post it on Griswold News and Notes.
Griswold News and Notes. So anyway, all right. Thanks, Kathy.
Welcome.
We'll see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Are you back tomorrow?
Might be. I think so.
Thursday.
I think so.
You and Paul pulled like switcheroos
I know.
this week. So
my week is really screwy. I think I'm here tomorrow. Yeah. I
You are?
I think so. Yeah.
I am, and that's all that I am.
Yeah.
All right, so Kathy and I will be back tomorrow morning right here on SNSN. See ya.
See ya.
Bye. Family Motors has arrived. They're your local auto super center. Put some excitement in your day and rent a Polaris Slingshot from Strain Family Motors, adjacent to the Green Onion Restaurant on River Road. Check out Strain Family Motors Super Center on Facebook as well as strainfamilymotors.com for everything sales, service, and excitement. River Road, Lisbon, Strain Family Motors, your local auto super center.
It's safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
Buy better. Better with Burns. Much better. So much better with Burns.
Are you tired of resetting passwords, getting locked out of websites, and listening to hold music for days? Do you really think 15 minutes is enough time to spend ensuring your biggest investments? The Burns Agency is here to help with in-person real-time customer care for all your insurance needs. Buy better with the Burns Agency for auto, home, business, and life.
Right insurance at the right